Migrants to the squatters before we get to the money. All right? This is weird. Now, we know that Florida has recently passed some laws that basically addresses squatters. Now, I'm not sure when those laws go into effect. But the one thing that I do know, and two things is for certain, is that this is truly getting out of control. And we didn't even know the magnitude, the scope by which people are out here taking advantage of the system. Now, me and you, we go to work, we pay our bills, we take care of things, we do it legally, we pay our taxes, we employ our people, we put money into people's mouths, we pay our tithes and offerings, I pay mine to the streets, to my people. And you know what we get? Nothing. Good job. Keep doing it so we can get this over to the migrants. We're going to send some more money over to Ukraine. Don't worry about it. We can send an extra $60 billion for the Israel war. You know what? They got a lot of stuff going on over there in Taiwan. We're going to send some money over to Taiwan. Pat on the back. You know what they tell us? The more money that we make, the more money that we put into the government's coffers, you know what they tell us? Yeah, we're going to raise taxes on you again. Yeah, eat the rich. When they don't even realize that they're really taking money out of your mouth. And this is what's happening down in Florida.
But right now at 10:30, a problem property in Holly Hill is now under the microscope after detectives arrested 6 suspected squatters. Almost all of them are facing drug charges tonight. Thanks for staying with us. I'm Luann Sorrell.
And I'm Hannah McKenzie. Work continues to get the remaining squatters out of the house and have the property condemned. Fox 35's Patrick Perez spoke with neighbors who are thankful something is finally being done.
Yeah, neighbors say this house has been a problem here for months. Junk and debris all over the property, drug deals in plain sight. City leaders are hopeful that'll all change soon.
Look at this foolishness. Thank y'all to everybody that's hit me on Cash App. I'm going to read the Cash Apps in the Super Chat shortly. I have not forgot about y'all. Look at this. Look at this. This ain't it. Listen, this is not squatters. This is a drug den. This is a homelessness camp. This is a migrant shelter. This is beyond squatting. This is people taking a man. You can only imagine what it smelled like. We used to call that the trap. We used to call that the drug den. Back where I'm from. Now they listen. This is a diversity, equity, and inclusion society that we live in today. So people have to be politically correct. No, they're not selling drugs. They're legally squatting. No. They're not destroying the community. They're not jumping on cars. They're not killing people. These are large gatherings. Yeah. Oh, no. That's not homelessness. That's van life. Even if somebody steal their home on its 4 wheels, that's van life. No, they're not defecating and taking a dump in the bushes that you just trimmed. They're just emptying their bowels. No, that's not homelessness. That's being called unhoused. It's not proper to call it homelessness anymore. It's called unhoused. No, he did not shoot him outside of the LA Fitness. He was unalived. This is the society, honestly. This is the society that we live in today. That they're suspected squatters, not trespassing, not breaking and entering, not going into a property that's not yours, not taking over and destroying a community, not robbing the taxpayers and taking advantage of everything that we got going on. This is suspected squatting, not even squatting, suspected squat. You're in a place that you're not supposed to be in, and you're there illegally, and it's called suspected squatting.
A welcome sight at a problem property in Holly Hill.
The amount of fentanyl that was found on this property is absolutely reprehensible.
Detectives arrested 6 people Wednesday evening during a drug bust at what's supposed to be a...
Look at this. This is the usual suspects. This is only a fraction of them, okay? When you see this gang of bandits together, you know that this ain't nothing but the devil's work. Because this is a true, if you want to see true diversity, equity, and inclusion, you don't have to advocate for it. All you got to do is go and see where they got the fentanyl at. Listen, Black people, white people, Hispanics, Asians, young, old, chicks for the streets, rich people. There has never been a better version of diversity, equity, and inclusion unless you go into the dope house. No discrimination. Whenever you go and find fentanyl, you see diversity, equity, and inclusion in full swing. Nobody is discriminating against each other. Nobody is tripping. Nobody is worried about the color of your skin. They don't care about your gender. The only thing they care is, I got these cheeseburgers, man. I'm telling you. See, when we in the workplace, y'all got to go get the NAACP, Al Sharpton, and Ben Crump keep showing up. You ain't got to advocate for something that's natural. You ain't never got to advocate for something that's natural. When you want to see people come together, racism doesn't exist when fentanyl is in the building, when meth is in the building, when crack is in the building. Only thing they want to know is it my turn, man? And do you got these cheeseburgers? You don't even see sexuality anymore. They will do anything for them cheeseburgers. For them cheeseburgers, for that Fenty, no Rihanna, Fenty, no Rihanna. See that? Look at that. Black man, old man with tattoos on his head, young man. No discrimination in that household.
A vacant home along Flomich and Montgomery. At least a dozen people are suspected of living here illegally for months.
We will not stop until this issue is permanently resolved and this house is reclaimed for our community so that it is safe.
In handcuffs in the front yard. What was your reaction then, Mike?
Hot dog. Finally something's getting done.
Mike Moon is one of many neighbors thankful city leaders and law enforcement are taking action.
Look at all, they didn't even show the women. They just showed the guys. Look at all of the women there too.
One of many neighbors thankful city
Look at the women over there.
leaders and law enforcement are taking action.
Look at all the women over there. They was right there. You ain't see them? Let me show them to you again. Right there. You see the ladies in the front? It's a lot of them. Ladies, my Mercedes. I wonder what they was doing for that meth.
Action.
They're just debris and piles of bicycles and trash and just so many people going in and out, in and out. No electricity, no running water. It's been like 3 or 4 months that it's been really bad.
For several months, he and other Holly Hill residents have been complaining to the city about the vacant property being overrun by suspected squatters. But officials have been met with legal roadblocks.
The homeowner passed away. The person who the house went to passed away. So it's hard to determine. How do you determine trespass? How do you determine those things?
Last month, Governor Ron DeSantis signed a bill into law giving property owners more rights to immediately remove squatters. But Mayor Chris Villa says the law as written would not apply here.
Unfortunately, in our case, it doesn't apply because there is no
Always a loophole.
official owner on record because the person is deceased and none of the heirs are taking ownership of that property.
The mayor says there are plans in place to remove the people still living here illegally by next week. When that's done, some neighbors say they want the house bulldozed.
You're not going to rehab that house. There's no telling what's in there in the ceilings and the walls. Just bulldoze it down.
Because that new state law targeting squatters requires the involvement of a property owner, Mayor Villa says he plans to work with state lawmakers next session to close that loophole.
See that? We thought that they had completed the whole thing and they just had a whole new loophole. But that's not the only place. Here's another place over in Cape Coral where they squatting.
Yeah, I don't know what it's like inside there. I don't think that's a good situation for them. It's not a good situation for anyone.
Neighbors are fed up after they say squatters moved into an abandoned home in their northwest Cape Coral neighborhood. And neighbors say generators are running 24/7 and this home is in horrible condition.
Yeah, they say there's tarps flying around, broken windows. NBC2's Gina Tomlinson is live along Northwest 25th Avenue right now. So Gina, what are you learning about this house?
Kyla, Kelly, we know that the home is currently going through the foreclosure process, and police say that it had a vacant notice up in November. But if you look at the house now, that postage is gone. You can see the tarp and all the
Now we got to stop putting vacant notices on the house because now squatters is riding around and was like, I think I can live there for free.
shingles on the roof. But it's not just the eyesore bothering neighbors.
At first, when I moved here, it looked abandoned. Nobody lived there, and then all of a sudden there was movement. There was people in there.
Busted screens, gutters in piles, and a tarp barely hanging onto the roof.
Just ruins the whole neighborhood.
Neighbors on Northwest 25th Avenue want to know why 3 people are camping out inside.
They got no plumbing, no electric.
We've heard voices, but it didn't become a problem until last week.
So where are they using the restroom if you don't even have plumbing? So you don't have running water, you don't have no plumbing, you don't have anything, but you out here just making it happen and making it work.
When they started running a generator, day and night.
So noisy, Keith Woods, who lives in the house behind it, called the cops.
I don't know what it's like inside there. I don't think that's a good situation for them. It's not a good situation for anyone.
We don't know who they are, what they're doing.
The city of Cape Coral says this home registered for foreclosure in October of 2023. But the property appraiser's website says someone named Lloyd Spears still owns the house. Patrick Vanderpool, who answered the door today, says that's his best friend.
We're definitely not squatting. The cops, like I said, the cops have been here several times. There's no issue.
No teeth, dirty, nasty, classic aviator glasses on, hat to the back, black t-shirt. Yeah. And he not even tripping. You know what's so funny? When you used to be doing crime or you was doing something that you were supposed to do, you used to be ashamed. They talk to the news. They'll set up a social media account, Squatter House _3715 in Florida, Cape Coral. And they just be chilling. Listen, do something. Do something. I dare you. Do something. We ain't squatting. That's my homeboy. That's my best friend. Who? I don't know, but he my homeboy, and that's my best friend. My best friend let us chill up in here.
Issues with us being here. He still owns the house. And obviously, if he didn't own the house and they came and told us to leave, we would absolutely leave the premises.
He says his friend can't keep the house because of his insurance company and the cost of repairs are too high. He says they're living without electricity to cut down on bills.
He is an Army vet. He was in the military for 10 years. I personally think there should be more help for vets and not even just everybody that had hurricane damage, and they kind of just left us stranded. So we're quiet. We don't do anything wrong. You know what I mean? We don't throw big parties or anything. We're not loud and obnoxious. Like, we just mind our own business.
Bringing down the neighborhood.
Vanderpool says that they're not fixing the roof because they're planning on leaving in June when the house goes up for sale. Police have answered a handful of calls at this address, but at this time, they say the people living inside are residents. I'm live in Northwest Cape Coral. Gina Tomlinson, NBC2.
And that's what y'all got to look forward to. Once y'all really start to get some money and you move into a certain neighborhood, somebody else is just going to move in and they're going to be able to take advantage of and take care of whatever it is that y'all got going on out in these streets.